Hey, everyone. Come on in. I want to just have a random conversation here. I went live on Instagram last week from my meditation spot, which is my backyard. Do not judge my leaves, okay? Don't judge my leaves. My leaves are here on purpose. I enjoy looking at my leaves. I enjoy all of this. Look at. This is the backyard space. Now, this time next year, there will be a deck right here built. So I'm excited about that. And then that is where my garden once was, to the right of that tree stump. That's where my garden was. Look at these leaves and how they fall. I absolutely love it. Fall to me represents releasing and letting go. Represents outgrowing, represents new seasons changing. Come here, Star. Let's go. Represents seasons changing and, transition, transformation. But it also says a lot about how these trees are willfully and graciously and cheerfully releasing their dying leaves, the things that are dying on them that were once thriving are now being released with no type of hesitation, with no resistance. They're being released. And the crazy part is the way that they're falling, and they're falling so beautifully. They're falling with grace. So what I said last week is that, even in release, there's beauty. Even in letting go, there's grace. Okay? There's a beauty and a grace in the fall, in the release, in the detachment. And the reason is because the knowing, not the hope, not the wish, not the pray that, no, the knowing that the next season is going to garner new leaves, fresh leaves, vibrant leaves. That's what gives the passion, the willingness, the zeal, the excitement to release and let go of the old. Because you know that the new is coming. You even know when it's coming. So you're preparing the way. So this is the release in fall. And then in winter, it's rest and expectancy, preparation for the new. That's what's going on. So I love that. I love how nature tells us how to be. Look at these leaves and how they're falling. It's just amazing. I love how nature tells us how to be. Nature informs us all the time. We just are too busy to listen. Okay. Now, that was not the reason I came on here. I know. I just jumped right into it. Came in hot. However, what I wanted to come on here for is this. We have a lot of opinions, y'all. We have a lot of opinions. We're such an opinionated world. It blows my mind. It really, really does, to know that there are so many opinions in this world. We have so much to say about somebody else's choices, somebody else's life, somebody else's going on, somebody else's, abilities, their gifts, their style, their looks. You know what I'm saying? The way they talk, the way they walk, what they eat, how they smell. We have so many opinions. And my thing is this. For someone to have something negative to say about another person, I'm questioning, what are you gauging your opinion on? Like what measure are you gauging your opinion on? What measure are you gauging your opinion on? What are you comparing the person that you have an opinion about? What are you comparing them to? What are you putting them up against? What are you gauging them based on? Because It blows my mind how everybody has so much to say about somebody. I was listening to someone yesterday speaking, on Sundays, all services, all church, is happening simultaneously around the same time, no matter where they're broadcasting from. And and they were talking good. They were talking real good, as they normally do. But this is why I'm reluctant to follow, quote unquote, people. Because at the end of the day, people are going to be people, no matter their gifts, their abilities, their anointing, all of that, their calling, any of that. The person was talking real good, talking right information. And then all of a sudden their opinion popped in. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That is the problem right there. Okay? Because on a lot of these platforms, you got truth mixed with opinion. And unfortunately, that's the vein in which people are being led. You got facts mixed with opinion. Truth mixed with prejudice. Truth mixed with their preference. What they would do. How they do stuff. When how you do it speaks of how you do it. What you like speaks of what you like. How you move speaks of how you move. It's not it's not indicative of how everybody else. Who made you the template? Who made you the template? Who said that your way is the best way? For everybody, I should say. It might be the best way for you, and we respect you for that. But who said your way is the best way for everybody else? Unfortunately, that is the way of society. Society has that it's been that way. That's why conditioning is so heavy. Because for some reason, society feels that you have to do it this way or it's the wrong way. Even down to some of the religion. Let me tell y'all something. There are over 400 religions on this planet. Over 400 different religions. Over 400 different religions. And every last one says that their way is the only way. And every other way is wrong. Well, maybe not every last one. Some are open to understanding that all leads to one. There are more than one route that leads to the main source, the main creator, the Almighty, the Most High. Right? But not everybody has that understanding because conditioning and because of the societal way of doing things. It has to be this way or no way. That's the same reason why we have so many opinions about everything and everybody. Because just because I don't like the way you do it, I'm going to now say your way is the wrong way. Just because I don't like someone's singing voice, I'm going to say that they can't sing, and then I want to now give that opinion to everybody else. So now their thought of this person's voice is the same too. Just because I said so. Just because I think so. Let me tell you something. And the thing that was said yesterday was about a very popular singer, a female artist. And they said, she can't sing. Well, I tell you what, every time she has a tour, hundreds of thousands of people seem to think otherwise. I'm just saying. So just because she can't sing to you doesn't mean she can't sing to somebody else. What you deem talent doesn't mean that your determination is the only determination. People have taste for any and all things. Now, what you could have said was, she's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? And that would have sufficed. but to just throw out, she can't sing anyway. That's not cool. Cause now, see, cause, oh my word, we have got to do better, man. And don't get me wrong, we're getting better by the day, And yes, as long as we have this skin wrapped around these bones, we are susceptible to make human mistake. Human error is definitely possible. Okay. But we have got to be mindful of the things that we say and do. Especially when we are in leadership position, we got to be mindful not to mix our personal opinions and preference with the message. Because that ain't okay. Star, get back over here. Come back this way. That's not okay. Why does it bother you? Why does somebody and how they do things and what they do, why does that bother you specifically? They have a right to choose what they want to do for themselves, just like you. That is what you call a free thinker. No one's talking about, because see, somebody can say something about your wardrobe, okay, and say that they don't like the way you dress. That don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, it's the end all be all. It's a gospel truth. No, it's their opinion. But just because they don't like your style doesn't mean that you don't have style. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their opinion. And trust and believe, I've been one, okay? I might have said something about somebody yesterday. And know that everything that I say is always, always, always for me too, okay? Know that. I am not above reproach. But I'm also being checked every day. Every day. Okay? I had some food yesterday. I had like some nacho salad or something like that last night. And I thought I wanted it. It looked good and everything like that. So, I started to eat it. It wasn't what I liked, what I wanted. It wasn't, what I expected it to be. First thing I said, that was just, and then I stopped myself. Matter of fact, no, I didn't even say the words out of my mouth. It was a thought that came in my head. And I put both my hands up and I said, stop. Out loud, I said it. Stop. Because what we're not going to do is be ungrateful for the food that we consume that we wanted, okay? What we're not going to do is badmouth what we wanted, okay? That's what we're not going to do, right? Because you could have not had anything to eat. How about that? This is me checking me. This was first thing this morning. I woke up this morning, I was like, the thought, that was in it. And then I threw both my hands up and I said, stop. Because you will not be ungrateful. That's why the very, very first thing that I posted this morning was about gratitude. And that was coming from me. And what I had to just check myself on this morning. First thing. Okay? Because we got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? To always be in gratitude at all things. If y'all hear something, it's the dogs kicking the leaves. They like the leaves. They enjoy the leaves. But we got to be grateful. And then we got to focus on our own stuff. Okay? Focus on your own stuff. Stop being so opinionated about everybody else's stuff. That's our problem as a whole. We are so concerned about everybody else. Social media, society, news, everything is so concerned about everybody else. And again, leaders. There's a reason why you're a leader. There's a reason why, because you're set apart. You are an example. You give demonstration. But be mindful not to lead and give truth mixed with your opinion. Because that's where confusion comes in at. You confusing the people. Okay? Now, if you're going to speak truth, speak truth. If you're going to speak your opinion, speak your opinion. But don't mix the both and then call it truth. Just because you said so, or just because you thought so, just because you feel a way about this person and that thing or whatever. Come on, man. Why does it bother you? What does it matter to you? Jay-Z said a line in his song, okay? And some people may not like it, but Jay-Z said a line in his song. Come on in. And he says, what you eat don't make me ish. Poop, okay? He said that. And it's a fact. What you do don't make me a hill of beans, okay? It don't make or break me. Matter of fact, I don't even know what you do. So I'm really unbothered and unfazed by what you do. But also what you do is your business. What somebody does is their business. How they dress is their business. How they sing, how they walk, how they talk is their business. Their career choice is their business. Okay? How they raise their children is their business. How they have their hair is their business. What piercings they got is their business. What tattoos they have is their business. Let me tell you something. I am tatted from the top to the bottom. I am pierced from the top to the bottom, but I'm also powerful. Know that. I would not advise trying me. Okay? Spiritually powerful. Know that. And the piercings and the tattoos that I have, they're all symbolic. And only I need to know the symbolism in them. I don't owe you a report about why I'm pierced and tatted. It's none of your business. Okay? Personally and respectfully. It's none of, or disrespectful, however you want to receive it. It's none of your business. What I do and how I do it is only on me. It's my preference. It's my business. I don't owe anybody an explanation, but know this. I am yet called. I am yet gifted. I am yet anointed. I am yet powerful, even with all of my piercings and all of my tattoos. Trust that. Okay? Now, if you don't want to look at my piercings and tattoos, then that's on you. And respectfully, I will give you what you desire because I don't have to be around you. In fact, I'm also not going to run away just because you have an opinion about it. Because what they say about opinions, everyone has one. It's like opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one. Okay? And they chock full of ish. Every single one. Okay? How I dress is my opinion. I've always been eclectic. I've always been, I've never been that, suit and booted and all of that. Never been that. I've never been that. I've been me. Always. And every time I tried to do what other people wanted me to do or live based off other people's opinions of what I should do, I was miserable. I was unhappy. And that's when I got the revelation. A light bulb went off. How about this, B? How about you do what you want to do? How about you live how you want to live? Unapologetically, authentically, your way. How about that? Free thinker. Free thinker. Not concerned about anybody else's idea of me. Because who cares? Why do you even have so much to say about somebody else? Focus on your own front door. Focus on your own stuff. That'll keep you busy enough. I promise you that. And I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm more specifically speaking to the leaders. Because you got to be a little more careful in your delivery. There are people out here that are in need of truth. They're in need of help. They're in need of guidance. They're in need of mentorship, leadership, demonstration by example. They're in need of that. Be mindful of what you're showing them by your own mouth, by your own opinions, by your own way of doing things. Because, again, we are leaders, but we're also human. And we fall prey too. But as leaders, we also need to be mindful We got to be mindful. Is what I'm about to say my opinion, or is it the truth? We got to be mindful. Cut the judgment. It's crazy because the main people that do the judging are the ones that's quick to quote, "Thou shalt not judge," or what is it? Judge not lest ye be judged. That is a whole scripture in the Bible that it's being taught from. Judge not lest ye be judged. And yet, everybody got some judgment on their tongue. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Unfortunately, that is the way of this planet. That is the way of this planet. Okay? And another scripture is, we were instructed to be in it, but not of it, right? In this world, not of this world. Judgment is of this world. Opinions are of this world. That's another one of the scriptures in the book that's being taught every day. And somehow, some way, we skip over that when it come down to us. But we sure know how to quote a scripture when it justifies us, though. Come on, man. We got to do better. We got to tighten up. Leaders, we got to tighten up everybody, but especially the leaders. You have a responsibility. And most are reckless out here. Reckless. Because again, people are hanging on your words. Question is, what are you saying? What are your words? What are you saying to the people? It shouldn't matter what you think about somebody's voice and their look and their this, and it don't matter. What is their soul looking like? What is their spirit looking like? What's their energy looking like? What is their aura looking like? What are they demonstrating in their life? Are they light? Because you can be a light and dress like a emo, a gothic person. You can be a whole light. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be very mindful not to judge the books by the cover. Seriously, we say it all the time, but a lot of the things that we say that are proverbs and wisdoms and things like that have become cliches. We've got to apply this to our daily lives every single day. Every single day, every single moment of the day, there's opportunity to judge. There's opportunity to criticize. There's opportunity to down, and belittle and all of that stuff. Every single moment of the day, to think ugly thoughts and to, feel ugly things when it comes down to other people and their choices. Every single day. But how are you correcting yourself? How are you checking yourself? Leaders, come on, man. This demand is on everybody. How are you checking yourself? How are you checking yourself? Because again, like I said, the opinion, the thing that actually made me say and start this live is the person talking about somebody can't sing. They can't sing anyway. According to who? Because last time I checked, every time she goes on tour, she sells out. So somebody think, and it's a world tour at that. Somebody thinks she can sing. And where are you quoting your opinion from? Outside of her tax bracket. That's where. Come on now, let's call a spade a spade. We got so much to say, but we can't even compare. Come on now. Just because I'm not a fan of Seal or whatever the case, although I love Seal's music, but just if I'm not a fan of Seal's, why would I be mad with somebody who is? That's just crazy. That's crazy. Okay, if Seal is not my cup of tea, then listen, it ain't my cup of tea. But it's okay if somebody else, listen, all tea is for everybody, for anybody that wants to partake. That's why there's different various flavors of tea. I may not like chamomile, but I love me some green. And we can both sip tea together. Your tea is chamomile, mine is green, but we both sipping. So we're drinking what we like, what we personally like, and that's cool. We can still enjoy one another. We can enjoy each other's company with our own preferenced tea. You see how that works? We're not isolating people just because they're drinking chamomile, and I can't see how you drink that stuff and da 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 da. We hear it all the time. But come off of your high horse. Get off of yourself, because that's all that is ego. Ego, self-centeredness, arrogance, cockiness, all disgusting. All disgusting. And I'm going to tell you something. At the base of all of those things is insecurity. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. At the base of someone criticizing somebody else is always insecurity. Someone who always has a negative opinion to say about somebody else, who's always finding fault, finding something mean to say about somebody, insecure. Period, point blank. They're insecure in areas and they are deflecting from their own insecurity onto somebody else. That's all that is. Say what you mean what you say. Okay? I'm just saying. It's ugly. It's ugly. We got to do better. And it has to start with checking ourselves. Check yourself. Check yourself. When you go to try to, when a thought, a negative thought or an opinion about somebody come up in your mind, check yourself quickly before it even comes out of your mouth. Because we all know that our words have power. And if we allow it to come out of our mouths, then we're putting it in the air. And once those words are released, then they're released with an assignment. Good, bad, or ugly. We got to be careful with this power. Do you all understand how much power you possess simply by your thoughts? Simply by your words? You are powerful. You are powerful. When we're writing words down, we're spelling words. The root word of spelling is spell. You're literally, when you say words and when you're writing words, you're literally casting spells. You're putting energy out there, and spells and words and all of that stuff don't know whether you telling a joke or not. Period. They don't know whether it's a joke or not. Okay? Check yourself quickly. Check yourself quickly. And if you're thinking the thought negatively about somebody, even yourself, even if it don't come out your mouth, check your thought. Like I said, I had a negative opinion about an ungrateful opinion, a thought about my meal that I had last night. Instead of being grateful, it wasn't the flavor that I expected. It was the flavor that it was. You understand what I'm saying? But my thought went to and before I could even get it out of my mouth, I raised my hands and I said, stop. Be grateful. Be grateful that you had food. Be grateful you had a meal. Be grateful. Don't you dare allow a negative thought to come in your mind about something that you asked for. You asked for it. And you want to be negative about it? Come on, man. We got to do better, people. We got to do better. And we're wondering why we're held up in a lot of places in our lives. That's why. It's that thing that's under your nose, your mouth. It's that thing that's between your ears, your brain, those thoughts you possess. Check yourself. Check yourself. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. I beg of you to tighten up. We're in the season of transformation right now. We're in the Scorpio season. Scorpio, it represents transformation. Make a dedicated decision for self, not for anybody else. And don't worry about and don't care about other people's opinions. And don't have any opinions for anybody else either. But we're in the transformation season right now. In what ways are you transforming? In what ways are you going to show up for self and transform? One thing about it, and two things for sure. You know yourself. Now, do we lie to ourselves a lot? All the time. So we can be in denial. But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you know your truth. You know your truth. You know, because you can put on a face for anybody. You can put on a face for anybody. You can try it with me, but I'm gonna tell you now, I have the huge, wonderful, powerful gift of discernment and intuition. Baby, I pick up on people quickly. I will tell you your tea quickly. So you can try to hide it from me. It ain't gonna work. But you certainly can't hide it from yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror every single day. Every single day. You know what areas you're coming up short. How are you going to transform before this year ends? How are you going to change? How are you going to show up for yourself before this year ends? How are you going to position yourself for better before this year ends? I urge everybody to take a deep dive in themselves. Get yourself a notebook and write down areas that you need to tighten up on. It could be areas of procrastination. It could be areas of lying. Some people really have a hold. Lying has a hold on them. It could be areas of deceit. It could be areas of gluttony. It could be areas of laziness. Okay? Lack of communication. Any area. What area are you coming up short in your own life? And decide to transform that. You could be a busybody and need to sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You could be a negative Nancy and need some positivity in your life. Need to learn how to be positive. Okay? Learn how to speak positivity, how to speak optimism in your life. Okay? How to increase your vibration, how to raise your frequencies. What areas are you going to show up for yourself and transform in this season of transformation? Even nature is transforming. Look at her. Even nature is letting go of things that no longer serves her. Even nature knows when to let go of dead leaves. Even nature tells us how to be every single moment of the day. We just too busy running around, to miss the messages that nature is telling us. Even nature is saying, let it go. It's dead. Let it go. Don't hold on to dead stuff. Let it go. Make room for fresh, new. Let it go. Even in letting go, it's some beauty here. Look at this. Look at the shades of fall. We know the colors. We know that when these leaves start changing from green to yellow to red to brown or whatever the case, if we really, really paid attention, we know that is the start of the death of the leaf. But even in death, it's beauty in death. Are y'all hearing me today? There's beauty in death. Stop running away from it. Stop holding on to dead stuff, even when that dead stuff is inside of you. Let it go. Transform. Become better. Become better. Identify what's dying. Allow the death process to take place. Release it when it's fully dead. And make room for new life. That's the season we're in right now. And in that process, I'm going to tell you now, ain't nobody got time. No one has time to be judgmental and have an opinion about everybody else. You're dying inside. And that's a beautiful thing. You're going through a death. And that's a beautiful thing. You need to be focusing on your funeral. Hello, somebody. I'm not, and you know I'm not talking about the physical body. I'm talking about what's dying on the inside, what is no longer serving you. Release it and let it go. Transformation. Transformation. We are in transformation season. Allow the transformation to take place. Transformation. You all know that I had salons and I was teaching. I'm an educator. I'm still an educator. I'm still a licensed, practitioner. Don't play with me. She still holds her credentials. Hello, somebody. Okay. However, I no longer have the salon anymore. But I have a whole area in my home that got all kind of salon stuff. Product that's from overseas and tools and equipment and furniture and all kind. I'm sitting up here like, girl, what are you doing? Well, I got good memories and it's just sentimental value, baby. Memories are memories. Memories will never leave you. So regardless of whether you hold on to the thing or not, you still got the memory. Child, let it go. Give it to someone who you know will make good use of it. Pass it along. Free yourself. Make room for the newness. If it's dead, people, allow it to die. Allow it to die. Please, allow it to die. Allow it to die. There's a beauty in death. There's a joy in death. It is. Because you know that on the other side of death comes life. And life more abundantly. That's the beauty. I'm in my bag right now. I don't care what. Listen, y'all ain't got to say nothing. I'm in my bag. I'm talking to me if I ain't talking to nobody else. Okay? If nothing else, let nature show you. Let nature talk to you and show you how to be. I come out here, I make it a dedicated decision to come out here every single day. You know what I'm saying? Good. Okay, y'all here. That's what I'm talking about. I make it a decision every single day to sit out here. I have to commune with nature. Every single thing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. For all of those who don't want to consider or don't want to include nature and the stars and the sun and the moon and stuff in God's creations, as if, God created only the stuff that you deem a creation or not. And yes, that was a dig, that was tea, and that was shade against, some of the saints, okay? But I will say this. Everything created is creation. Okay? Everything created is creation. Everything created is perfect. It's necessary and it has a purpose. All right? There's communication. If you stopped for a moment and just sit in nature, and just watch, listen, and learn. Because the most brilliant, let me tell you something. The difference between humans and nature and humans and insects, humans and animals, humans or whatever is we have the gift of reasoning. We got, we got choices. We got, I'm grown, all of that. That's cool, but it's also a hindrance. Let me tell you why. Because one thing about an animal, I have 2 dogs here, okay? One thing about these dogs, from the day they were brought into this world, no one had to convince them that they was a dog. I'm talking better than y'all, you know what I'm saying? No one had to tell them that they were dogs. They just knew. Okay? Not only that, I'm going to go further. Not only did no one have to tell them that they're dogs, no one had to tell them what being a dog was and what traits a dog had. They just naturally became what they were already born to be. They naturally just walked in it. They didn't have to go to dog school to learn how to woof. They didn't have to go to dog school to learn how to wag their tail. They didn't have to be told repeatedly, you're a dog, you're a dog, you're a dog. Remember, you're a dog, you're a dog. You're a dog, you're a dog, you're a dog. They don't have to be convinced that they're a dog. Okay? They don't have to be reminded that they're a dog. They wake up a dog. They go to sleep a dog. They live every day a dog. They do dog stuff. Too often we as people, this is why we gauge ourselves, compare ourselves to ourselves. Too often we as people, too busy looking at everything else, wanting to become what that is, instead of naturally understanding what you are and what you were born to naturally be. We're disconnected from self. No part of creation outside of human beings have to be told who they are. They just are. A tree didn't have to be told, okay, you're a tree. When I plant you, you're going to be a tree, okay? Now, when you come out of this ground, I need you to stand upright and I need you to grow branches, okay? I just need you to grow branches. I need you to hold leaves. I need you to do this, and I need you to do this for the duration. Is that understood? No one had to tell a tree what to do. No one has to tell a butterfly what to do. No one has to tell a caterpillar what to do. No one got to tell a roach what to do. They naturally know what to do. The only way that something doesn't know what to do is when they were told, they were convinced, and they were shown something different. And they were conditioned to be something else. The story of Tarzan. Y'all remember the story? He, being a human being, somehow, some way, I don't remember it down, to the detail, but somehow, some way, he ended up in the forest and was raised by the forest animals. And so he always thought that he had to do what they did. If you notice, though, in that story, he was the only thing that actually picked up somebody else's or something else's traits. Those wolves and bears and all of them things that raised him, you notice that none of them tried to become him. He was the only one trying to become them. That is the difference. Yes, we are 100% human, 100% spirit. Yes, we are. However, we are very, very, very pliable. We're very, in the world of cosmetology, we're very porous. Porous, if you're a chemical, technician, and you do color work and all of those things, and you know that porous means very absorbent. We're highly porous. We're like sponges. We pick up every single thing. If you were to think and look at yourself right now, how much of you is actually you? You ain't even got to say it. It's a rhetorical. It's one that you can reflect on your own time. How much of who you are today, your attributes, your words, your sayings, your attitude, your look, all of that, how much of you is actually you? Or how much of it is your mama, your daddy, your best friends and them, your former classmates, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop, Lori Harvey, Boosie, Future. How much of you is actually you? That's a deep dive right there. That's a deep dive right there. Those are homework assignments that I, as a therapist, always give my clients. Always. Dive deep. I go deep. I dive in your business. I get all up in your rooter and your tutor. Because in order for me to understand and identify how to guide, I got to first know who I'm guiding. And so do you. It's folks 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old have yet to meet themselves. They've yet to be introduced. They've met everybody else that they've encountered. And they have become everybody else that they've encountered, but they have no clue how to be themselves. There's a movie. I love Julia Roberts. I love her as an actress. There's a movie out there called Runaway Bride. Runaway Bride. If you've seen that movie, you know. She was engaged multiple times, okay? And the whole stick is, and Ray B said, you preaching the word here. Listen, the whole stick of the movie is that she has so many different husbands. I mean, so many different fiancés. But she never went through with the wedding, okay? She would always get the dress. I'm talking about each fiancé. They would date, they would get engaged, they would go through the whole process. She would find her dress. He would, they planning the wedding, they got the reception, they got the whole 9 yards. Each husband was different. Each fiance was a different fiance. One was a woodsman, the other was an outdoor climber, mountain climber. The other one was a skier. The other one it was always something. It was like from one end of the spectrum to the other, right? It's like, girl, we don't even know if she has a type, because everybody's different, right? Now, the thing that would cause her to run away and not make it down the aisle, she just wouldn't show up, okay? Or she would get down the aisle, or she would get halfway down the aisle and run off. But the reason that she wouldn't do that is because she would realize on the wedding day, she would start hyperventilating and realizing, I don't know. Who am I? Do I really want to be here? Do I really love this person? Do I really want to be married? All of a sudden the light bulb goes off and she's like confused about who she is in this dynamic. And then it's like, okay, no, I don't want this. This ain't what I want. Just wayward, just going, it's everywhere, all over the place. Because she has not taken the time to discover who she truly is. She has not taken the time to discover, to learn herself. Okay? And so that's what happens. We start picking up everybody else and adopting everybody else's stuff instead of discovering who we are and being who we are, truly, authentically, unapologetically. Why? Going back to the beginning of what I was talking about, because we're so worried about other people's opinions. Because we're such an opinionated society that when other people say, well, you should do this and you should dress like this and you should talk this way and you should walk this way and your hair should be like this and you should take that. Matter of fact, I had piercings before when I was a teenager. And because I had an aunt, well, she was an aunt by marriage. And she asked me, she says, what are those? I said, well, they're piercings. I had 2 cartilage piercings back then. Now I got many. My whole earlobe from top to bottom, my whole ear is covered and smothered, okay? And I'm happy with it. Thank you very much. But back then, she was like, is this what a young lady in church supposed to be having? I said, what you mean? That's not the look a young lady should be having. She made me take them out. I was so mad. In fact, not only did she make me take them out, I've always been, especially in church, I've always been, okay, sounds good, honey. Thank you for coming. I've always been one, that was either on the praise team or in the choir or, in the drama team or whatever the case. So I've always been one that was always active in church. But she said to me that if I did not take them out because she didn't like them, then I wouldn't be able to participate in a lot of the auxiliaries. That sounds like control, right? Manipulation. Okay, all right. I've later learned that. But if I knew who I was and if I was true to what I wanted, I would have held true to my thoughts about my desires and what my own way of doing things. What I enjoyed. I'm a creative. I do creative stuff. I'm a huge creative. I'm thoroughly creative. I'm always outwardly expressive by way of my hair, my clothes. I'm very colorful. Once upon a time, what people don't know is that I was very drab. I wore black all the time, either black, gray, navy, brown. I was very drab once before because I knew no color. In fact, the ladies in my family, we were all very drab as far as the color goes. And then I was the one that stepped out into color. And then it motivated others. I was helping other people, my aunts and my mom. They would call me and say, hey, okay. So I need, matter of fact, I had my uncle that just passed away in August. He he gave my aunt some money one time and for her birthday and said, now, Bianca, I need you to go to the mall with her. If she pick up anything white, black, gray, navy, brown, put it back. She need to get some color in her life. And I said, yes, sir. And it was so funny. It was so funny because it was very hard for her to find something and step off into color. Now, right now today, I am happy to announce that all of the women in my family, they understand and embrace color. So I'm appreciative of that. Okay. But I'm an expressive creative. There's far too many colors and variations in this world for me to be locked and stuck into one way of being and doing things. No. Nature is creative. I love it. I resemble her. I resemble nature. Nature is the resemblance of the creator. I resemble the creator when I'm creative. Hello, somebody. Okay. But the reason that I wasn't as open with my creativity back then is because I was fearful of the opinions of others. Do y'all know that y'all got so many opinions that people around y'all are scared to just simply be who they want to be because they're worried about what you got to say about it? They're worried about if you're going to be pleased with it. And unfortunately, I'm going to say this too. Unfortunately, some people who are opinionated, other people are hanging on your word and on your opinions and on your thoughts. You know it. And you enjoy having people to hang on your very word and to live their lives based on what you think they should be doing. You enjoy that type of sick power. Again, it all boils down to insecurity. Because for some reason, you gotta feel this sense of power. For some reason, you gotta have that say so over someone's life. Some reason that turns you on, that excites you to have other people come to you about what they should do with their lives, as if they don't possess the ability to determine that for themselves. That's the thing that I do disagree when it comes down to religion and the system of religion, is that some people, they make it seem like you got to come to them because they've been called and they have the title. Guess what? The only reason you got the title and they don't is because they don't recognize that they possess the same power that you do. That's all that is. You are no different than anybody else that you're leading. You just simply recognize the ability that's on you. They have yet to do so. And if you was doing your job right, hello somebody, I'm going because I'm stepping on toes. I don't even care. If you were doing your job right, you would identify the power on the inside of them and pull it out of them so that they no longer need you. Okay? That's what you call teaching a man to fish instead of giving him fish. If you were doing your job right as a leader, you would be pulling out and calling forth that same power in them so that they no longer need you. But unfortunately, some people need that those people up under them to make them feel some type of way. Johnson says there's a big difference between called and chosen. Huge difference. Huge difference. But here's the kicker. All are called and all are chosen. If you're living and breathing right now, you are called and you are chosen. But there are some that identified it long ago And they are here to assist you to identify your calling and your chosen nature, so that you can stand on your own too, and you don't need to follow up behind somebody else. When it's time, what did I say earlier? When it's time to let go, when you have done all that when you have garnered all the information that you need from a platform, from a place, from a leader, it's time to let go. When I had my salons, I gave my stylist 1 year. You got 1 year up under me. And in this 1 year, it is my duty as your leader to show you everything I know, to teach you everything I know, so that when you leave out of here, you know exactly what you need to do to gain success for yourself. But you don't need to be here no longer than a year, which means we about to do some work. I lead leaders. Some people enjoy leading sheep. Just saying. Just saying. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Some people need sheep to follow behind them. Otherwise, they don't feel important. I'm important whether I got clients or not. That part. All right? All righty, y'all. I think it's about to rain. And although I do not mind, I've sat in the rain and enjoyed this rain and the offerings that nature has to offer us on many occasions. But I have some work I need to do. I have 2 magazines that have sent me interview questions and updated editorial opportunities. So I have to write and respond to their questions. And then I'm doing a 4-part television series. And I have to do that filming and then send those videos off to the network as well. So there's a lot of work that I need to do. And then after all of that, I'm going to, y'all know, transformation now. I'm rearranging the entire house. I'm switching it up, rearranging the entire home. And I'm excited about it. I am super excited about it. Okay? So, with that being said, I love y'all. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you. Keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Stop having so much to say about everybody else's stuff. Focus on your own. Even with your own stuff, keep your mouth closed. Stop saying negative stuff. Stop belittling. Stop judging. Stop criticizing. Stop doing that. Check your thoughts. When it comes down to yourself, check your thoughts. When it comes down to other people, check your mouth. When it comes down to yourself, check your mouth. When it comes down to other people. Okay? Stop being so opinionated all the time. Okay? Keep that same energy for your own self. Focus on self. Get yourself together. Okay? Get yourself together. Stop looking at people with critical eyes. Looking for something to discuss and talk about and whisper about it. All of this stuff. Check yourself. This is the season of transformation. Let's do it.